I'ma say what I feel, and I promise to keep it real. Welcome to the Rant Room. So you wanna be a writer? Well, you gotta be a writer till your fears are diminishing and the doubts are behind you. It's hard to grind in the business, got me stressed in the rant room. We let that shit up off our chest. You never have to guess when you're listening to Hilliard. He gon' bring more game than a shark playing billiards. It's all about the craft of screenwriting. It's exciting when you turn an outline into something enlightening. Your pen and words are like bullets in a gun. Write what you feel, say what you want. Welcome to the Rant Room. Oh yeah.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Hilliard Guest. You don't be staring at me like that. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Hilliard Guest, and you guys are listening to the Screenwriters Rant Room, where we keep it real, we keep it opinionated, we keep it what, everybody? Game all day. Yeah, you hear that chorus, Alona? Look at that, look at that. Got the brothers trained to hear, don't we?
I love it.
On this show, we discuss entertainment, TV, film, music, culture, but our focus is always screenwriting, stories, craft, and shit like that. First of all, please go on screenwritersrantroom.com. Get your t-shirts, get your hoodies. We have them in gray, black, white, and royal blue. Support the show, guys. It's the best way to support us. We have a new Screenwriters Rant Room YouTube channel. So it's going to be up on YouTube in the next couple of days. It'll be up. It's growing, slowly but growing. We're getting out there. We're going to have Alona. We're going to get 1 million. Bam. She's like, don't put pressure on me like that.
Oh, wait to see those numbers on my pages.
Exactly. So if you guys are grown, we're going to jump into the show.
Yes, please.
So today we got my little sis in the building. Super proud of you, girl. Out there killing the game, making me look good because I taught her everything. Everything.
Everything.
Alona Tal, y'all. Actor, writer, producer, director. People don't know all this about her. She be killing it, y'all. I'm telling you, super talented. We're going to work together on some other shit, too. Watch.
We're working on it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's happening? Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Yes, indeed.
This is the only thing I've done twice.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Like, as far as, like, you know, this type of content. I love it. And I'm glad it's with you.
Thank you. I have, it was probably like almost 5 more people going to squeeze in here today. And everybody's like, ooh, it's hot.
Never mind. Is that
it's just Alona. She ain't nobody.
Is that how quickly they give up? Amateurs. They're wearing long sleeves, so, bravery.
He just got through golfing and shit. Look.
Oh, that's why. I see. I don't care. Heat don't bother me.
You don't
it's
like
the cold that I don't like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll sit in this all day and watch me still glow. I'm not gonna sweat. I'm gonna sweat from here down, but like from here up, nope.
And of course, every show she gets on wants to take her to freaking Toronto or something where it's cold as hell.
I was just saying to someone that I was speaking to that I have to. It's 92 degrees out today, right? We're having a heat wave, but I have to go find snow boots for my kids. So. Yeah, because they're not going to have it up in Toronto because they're going into spring, but I don't have them at home laying around for my kids, so I got to,
And they grow every 2 weeks.
And it's snowing, and they grow every 2 weeks, those things, those kiddos. It's weird. But anyway, that's where we're at.
So what you been up to?
God.
So let me just paraphrase. So the last time we saw you.
Yeah.
You guys were, last time you were on the show, we had just finished doing our companion show to Cross, and you guys were about to leave.
We hadn't left yet?
You hadn't left. Wait a minute. That's why I have it in my head. No, you're right. We had already done the show. We did the show. Season 1 had already aired. That's right. That's my bad. I don't know what I was thinking straight. I'm on about 3 hours of sleep last night.
Season 1 had aired, but we had shot. So we had shot season 2. We had shot our companion thing. Season 1 aired, and we were in limbo, just waiting for season 2 to come out whenever, which came quite significantly later.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So we're in the midst of season 2 now, and the highlight of it, or it's almost, how many are we doing?
7.
So by the time this comes out.
It'll drop tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So we still don't know the finale.
I
gotta know as far as like spoilers go. What am I allowed to talk about? Not allowed to talk about?
So we just don't tell them what happens in 8, but we can tell them what happens up to 7.
Yeah. So what have I been up to? I've been waiting around quite a lot. I've been, working on the next producing projects, stuff like that. Still finishing the short that I directed, which was my first thing directing, which was great. Now we've in the last like 6 months, we've also been submitting to festivals.
Oh, good. I was going to ask you about that. All right.
So that, we finished, because that was a process of trying to find like the right editor and the right, and everything was new, and we were trying to find our voice in it, because it transitioned from like where it was in the script phase to where we shot it to where we first edited it, and was like, oh, this is not right at all. And so that.
But you could see that, because you showed me something really rough, but the potential.
Oh, it's completely. I think from what I showed you to where it is now, it's so much lighter, and it's so much more. It's tighter. It's the energy is better. There's there's the title card. Like, a lot of things have changed to bump up the humor of it, because we went into a little bit of a kind of more drama world, and we needed to bring it back to the comedy, because that was where we needed it to.
And you had the footage? You didn't have to go back and reshoot or anything?
No. We couldn't.
Yeah,
anyway. No, it was all with existing stuff. We had spent so much.
So you got some good coverage then. That's good.
Yes, I mean there was one scene that I wished we could have reshot,
sure.
But it was fine. Like, you just have to fall in love with what you have.
Right.
I think that was what I told you, that Chris McQuarrie once had told me, that it's like you have to fall in love with the movie. The movie you end up in the can is not what you necessarily set up to. Like, so you have to find the beauty in what you have, and try to find the story within that.
My new movie is actually premiering tonight.
What?
In San Jose at the CineQuest, which is
a
Oscar-winning, Oscar-qualifying festival. It's called Mermaid, and I think I sent you the trailer to that a long time ago. And that film, it's very interesting. So we didn't get into Sundance or South by or some of the big ones. And I was telling Fia, the director, I said, listen, because she was a little frustrated. And I said, listen, this is something I tell all my directors when I produce with them. There are going to be places you get into and places you don't. You're going to get into the ones you were supposed to get into. And here's the secret. Just a sidebar, if you don't mind. So we had shot this proof of concept for it and turned it into a short, right? So it was its own little standalone.
I know this.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
And the short killed. Like, we were every festival. We were nominated or won or something, right? So she got to CineQuest a few years back, and they put her on a panel. And when she came down, one of the women in the audience was like, "Oh my God, if I would have known you were making this, I would have invested in this short." And she says, "Oh, well, it's great because I have the feature film you can invest in." And she says, "Well, I can't afford it, but I know the people who do." Now, had you went to Sundance, that doesn't mean that would have happened.
No.
Right? So I'm always telling writers and filmmakers, you don't have to always be in the top places. You have to be where you're supposed to go.
You're right.
You know, it takes the pressure. I'm just saying, as you guys are in festivals now.
Oh, we haven't gotten into any, and I'm okay with that. That's the thing, and it's a brave new world. I mean, one of my good friends, who's a very high level producer, she was one of the heads at Skydance, and like she's been around. Yeah. And she's like, who cares? Do a screening, invite everybody you know. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to go places, and like just take matters into your own hands and make a big event, and I'll come and I'll invite people. So it's that's where we're. So even if we don't get into the festivals that we quote unquote want, there's so many other avenues to go.
Jerry said he wants to do your BTS, by the way, when you do it, just so you know.
Really?
He's serious.
You just volunteered you in tribute to me.
I did. I volunteer him all the time.
Like, Jerry wants to do it. He's like, okay. So.
Let me just give you a little sidebar on Jerry right quick. So Jerry was the one, remember all those, when we were doing the strike during 2023? He was one of the guys that won the awards for doing all the BTS during the strike. You know what I mean? So I'm always trying to bring Jerry into the fold of different events and stuff like that.
No, I could use some help.
Well, when you're ready, let me know and I'll connect you guys for sure.
What was I going to tell you though? In between all that, a good friend of mine who has played my husband on a show called SEAL Team for a very long time. He created, speaking of creating your own vehicles and doing all that, he came up with a show called Cal Fire back in the day, and it is now Fire Country, based on his experience with cons that are.
Oh, that's your tie-in to that show and how you got on there.
And I'm on that show now.
Yeah.
He brought me in, and he brought me in. He suggested, he's like, "How about Alona?" And they went with it. So, and I've been shooting that since October. Right. Which is delightful and wonderful and
total different role.
Oh, could not. Small town mom of a 17-year-old, which is like God. Me, but I'm 20. How's that possible? I was like, explain the science on that. math teacher, high school math teacher, could not be more different than Cross. And I was like, no, this is good. This is great. Right. I'm okay with this. Like, and when Amazon was so gracious as to allow me to do that, that was their main prerequisite. Like, it can't be anything similar, and you can't make fun of her. And I'm like, don't worry, fret not. It will be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's very. I'm like the doting, supporting mom and potential love interest. So we'll see.
Well, it's funny because I've seen it. It's almost a little side of you that I see when you're with your husband and your kids, though. I'm very
supportive and loving.
But you're very doting a little bit. Well, you don't know it, but you are. Hold on, sidebar, bitch. Her husband comes.
Sidebar, bitch.
Her husband comes to the set. She just goes. I mean, like a little.
We've been married.
It is so.
21
He's
years.
fine too, by the way. He's fine. So
very fine, and he's a 5-time gold medalist in jiu-jitsu.
Yes,
indeed. We're going on 21 years of marriage.
Really?
I mean, March 23rd.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, here we go.
So yes, I love him very, very much.
He's an actor too. Be killing the game out there. Yes, indeed.
He's a very talented man, and all everything he touches. And my name for him is El Natural. Because it's annoying. I even embroidered when one of his birthday gifts one time. I embroidered like shit for him, like El Natural, because I'm like, that's your name.
Let me ask you something before we get into Cross.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah.
We have a room full of writer, director, producers in this room, filmmakers. What made you decide to go behind the camera and take control of your own career, if you know what I mean?
I think it's.
And I say that when you're already a working
I want to
actor,
say that most actors at one point or another, we reach this point in different stages of our personal growth, right? We come to a fuck this stage where we're like, I'm done asking permission and waiting for people to tell me it's okay to get to control the creativity that I want to put out there. And you just have to get the people around you to support you in that, because I need a support system. So I need a group of people with me to continuously bring me up. And that's my husband, of course, but also my partners who work with me, Christy Campo and Susie Abermite, who are in the short that I directed. Okay. They were the ones, so they teach me every day, right? And we're in like 3 different states. Christy is left LA, and she's a former collegiate athlete. Like really? Survived brain cancer at 19. Wow. Decided to change her whole life, became a writer, is one of the smartest, most, book smart, but also street smart, but also just most interesting people you've ever met.
Did he have a beard, and are they in commercials and stuff like that? Is that what
most interesting man in the world. She would be one of the most interesting women in the world you've ever met, for sure. Like, she's not anything you would think. Okay. Like, she's just, I adore her. And she lives in a farm in Georgia.
Wow.
And Susie is this like blonde burst of energy. Will walk up to anyone at any position. She don't give a fuck. But it's like Rachel McAdams beauty, big smile. We'll just be like, what's the worst that can happen? They just say no. And I'm just like, yeah, no. But I'm like, oh, right. Just ballsy, but she doesn't. And that's the kind of shit that I need to draw from, is women like that, and they are supportive. So Susie's mom passed away suddenly a couple of years ago, and within 3 months we were in production about the story of first 72 hours of what happened to her, which was psychotic, by the way, and very, very funny, which is why she decided to put pretty much all of her money into the short, and she funded it, the entire goddamn thing. Wow. And they called me 2 weeks after she had passed, and they were like, we wrote a thing. You should direct it, because no one else. And I'm like, okay. And I literally had come off of shadowing Chris McQuarrie on Mission Impossible in London at the time, and I'm like, Yeah,
as you do, right? Yeah, okay.
I feel right. No, that was a whole experience. Let me tell you. Yeah, he's a friend. My husband has known him since before The Usual.
Okay, right.
And he's a teacher at heart.
Okay.
Chris McQuarrie. So
That's important.
he wrote a directing book that hasn't come out yet, which I'm like, I can't wait for it to come out because the man is just filled with beautiful, teaching moments.
I love it.
And he was gracious enough to open the doors and let me come shadow him for a little bit. And so that was
nice prep for you, right?
Yes, could not be more different. I don't think a movie like I mean, yes, I'll go shadow Mission Impossible and then go direct a short. Right? Yes, when
There's
they have like
600 people on the set and 7 people here, right?
you have no idea. The fact that like they spent a month and a half alone, a month and a half just on inserts.
Crazy.
A month and a half.
Wow.
Just on inserts. Okay? Just to give you an idea of like what happens in that movie.
When you have the budget, bitch, and you got the time.
Just there's no film sets like that. So for me to be able to sit on a film set like that, and they shot, with anamorphic lenses and like lenses from the 1960s and like all these cool, and he's like teaching me and the angles and the this and I'm just like sponge mode.
Right.
But that was, I don't know how
That's
we got
good.
to that.
Well, here's a cool
That's what
thing.
made me want to do it. That was the question of what made you want to
It gave
do
you the
it.
confidence, too, I'm sure, a little bit, right?
My girls and I feel like the support system around me gave me the confidence because I still question. And part of what I've learned from either shadowing or experiencing or talking to people who are even in the multi-million dollar, productions is that no one really knows.
No.
Fully. There's no definitive answer. You kind of fly by the seat of your pants a little bit sometimes. And it's someone has to be the grown up and go like this. And there's a lot of thought and a lot of intention behind certain individuals who come, and then they have to be open to other creatives' input. Sure. And if you're not collaborative, if you don't open yourself to other people's input, then you're in trouble. So as a director, one of the things I loved most from the people that I've shadowed was how they have a through line and they know what they want, but it's
loose.
The receptors are always open to other creatives.
Well, here's what I found, and I got my man Greg Simon here on the ones and twos, just doing me a favor. He's actually a big director. He just does this anyway. So here's the funny part. This is what I found. No matter who the directors I've seen, we only see when the cast comes in, like you guys show up, you do your rehearsal, you guys get ready, they fly in, let's say the B team now, then you guys go back to make up, whatever. What you didn't see was before you guys even came, the director came in and went, okay, we're going to start hearing like this. You missed the DP going, this is great. If we put the camera here, then I could get this and that. You missed that they didn't actually do everything. You see what I mean? Now, this isn't everybody. This isn't everybody, but I'm generalizing. And when I started noticing that after producing so many things, I started going, oh, yeah. Most people shouldn't be afraid to direct because your DP, your AD, they already have the experiences to help you elevate the next thing as well.
Yeah.
You're going to get the credit. It's going to be, you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. But you're also going to get the fault. So you got to know when to
you
got to know if you're not going to use something or you have to be able to discuss it. And you have to be able to, there should be some structure when you come in, but flexibility is important. I learned that from being a parent. If you're not flexible, you're fucked.
Yeah, for sure.
And I remember I was telling my girls when we were filming, I was like, that's our production, our soon-to-be production company, right? Because we're in the midst of doing all that. But
hashtag LLC. I see you.
Well, yeah, no, because we're calling ourselves Triad, which is very mafia and kind of cool. But I said, if we don't call ourselves Triad, if I ever veer out and have my own side production company, I am 100% calling it Happy Accidents. I called it. I'm calling it here. I'm trademarking it. Happy Accidents Productions because I find that while you're actually in the midst of filming, those happy accidents are sometimes the most amazing moments that you'll have. And so many stories from like different people who have told me their versions of happy accidents, Chris McQuarrie included, and Tom Cruise in action sequences.
Wow.
That led to some of the most amazing shots. And you're like, that was not intentional. They're
Right.
like, no. So, fun stuff.
I like that. So you finally go off, you do this project. So nobody in the room has seen your short film. Tell us about it a little bit. What's it about?
That was it. The short film was about a young woman whose mother passed away suddenly in the first 70. Well, it was 72 hours. It is now, we condensed it to the first 24 hours.
That's smart.
And it's called Death and Friends. And it's just about, the support of this one girl who's her best friend and the people around you and how different people experience loss differently. And it's one of our taglines is like, is it even life without levity?
Right.
Because the truth is that was what happened. It was insane and like different, and it was a way for her, like most personal projects, to cope with a very traumatic experience.
Sure.
And she put it into her art, and we made it into something that everyone experiences at one point or another.
Right. One of my favorite moments, and I don't know how much of this stayed in the film, but you did that long oneer.
Yeah.
Where you go from, I think you guys are there walking on the sidewalk, they go into the park and they come out. It's a long, beautiful.
It was in downtown. They start on one side of the street. We cross the street with them on their side in the huge, busy ass intersection.
People are walking by. I mean, it's crazy.
And the beauty when you're shooting a short is that you don't need permits in New York City.
Wow.
As long as you're not putting sticks or tracks.
Okay, that's right.
So we were handheld.
Nice.
So we were just like, all right, bitches. And people in New York, another thing is they don't give a fuck.
They're used to it, I'm
They
sure.
don't care. So we just walk around. They're just like, all right, whatever.
Right.
So you get this beautiful life. And our DP, Rob Witt, is amazing. He's actually an award-winning. He did a lot of like music videos with Billie Eilish, and he won awards, and he's incredible. And we just caught it. We just did it 4 times at like dusk, and it was gorgeous. And then they go into the subway, and you walk. So you come like this way, you cross the street, then they walk back, and then they go into the subway, and you walk down. And so it was an entire scene in a oneer.
It was beautiful, though. But see, that I mean, there were other moments, but that scene showed me something that you don't mind taking a risk, and as a director from that point of view.
You know what I found that I don't mind taking a risk,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't recommend this. This happened while we were shooting, and I in hindsight, I would have fought harder to not do this. Is shoot a very, very big scene as your first one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God!
I don't
we had no
recommend that
choice.
at
We were
all.
losing the location. We had
Right.
no. I would,
Right.
and like your first day should just be these like blah little things that don't really, you're cut up. You're ones that you don't mind cutting out later, right? The things you shoot to cut.
Right. I always say it should be, for me, especially like if it's somebody like if they're not like super duper experienced yet, I always say shoot the easiest scene to show
100%.
to show the crew that you can get in and out fast.
We still got
You know
it.
what I mean?
The crazy part is that we got we got it done.
Okay.
Like we got a very long scene in a very small space done.
Sure.
I just would have directed the actors.
Okay.
Like I was so preoccupied with the shots and the day and like making sure that I kept my the time and what I was trying to tell that I neglected to guide my actresses a little bit.
Okay.
And the scene itself was a scene that it wasn't my favorite scene. And again, because I didn't write it.
Right.
And I had issues with the scene. And, and as creatives, you have to sometimes agree to do, my girls, they loved it. So we had to find a place to cut it in a way that we all liked it, which we did.
Okay.
Because one of the things that happened in the scene was brilliant. But a lot of the around it, I was just like, can we just get rid of it? And they're like, no. And, yes, it was my first directorial thing. Yes, it was my short, but she funded it. So it was like, it was doing a movie for a studio. If
You're for hire, basically, in that situation.
Even though I'm their producing partner, and we all have equal say. It was a very interesting dynamic for me to kind of be like, okay, I am the director, but I don't get to fully decide. Right?
Yep.
So it was interesting.
She's helping you get ready to do episodic.
Are you kidding me? Kidding me? Yeah. And that's something that I know is a good moneymaker for
Definitely.
And especially for actors who've done television for a very long time. And
Right.
It could. That's where I'm probably going to go to at some point.
Yeah, I like that.
We're trying to.
So let's let's jump to Cross. For the people who haven't heard episode 1 that we did a year or so ago, 2 years ago, how did Cross come to you?
I was about 2 months postpartum with my second child.
Oh my God!
And I was putting my friend on tape for Kayla.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me this story.
And she came up. She's like, you'd be really good for this. And I read it. I read like who is, and I was like, wait a second. Who's the? Because I saw that it was Aldous, and I had just seen Ben's Instagram post that he had shared, and I'm in a daze,
right?
Like day and night. I'm like with my I'm just like I'm not fully there,
right?
Lots of gray matter in my head, I just remembered it, so I was like, I think this is my friend. Who's the showrunner on this? I'm like, oh, Ben Watkins. I was like, get the fuck out. That's my friend.
Exactly.
So I was like, you know what? You're right. I am right for this. So I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm just putting my friend on tape. Would it be cool if I also auditioned for this? And he's like, basically like, bitch. Essentially. He was like, don't you remember I talked to you about it like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Apparently, he had asked me how I felt about playing an FBI agent on this thing that he's developing.
That's right.
But he was being cryptic, so I didn't know. And I was like, how the fuck would I know that this is what you were referring to years ago? Right. And I'm like, yeah, but can I audition? I was like, great. Yeah, no, I remember. Can I audition? Because I know he's going to make me audition.
He's going to make you audition. Yep.
Which is fine. I've never not auditioned.
Sure.
That's not true. This one was an offer. Haha.
Okay, there you go. See?
So that was a first.
Moving on up. Moving on up.
Yep. I was like, wait, what? I don't have to read? Are they sure? So then I did. I auditioned, and I was... And with my husband, obviously, he prepared me, and I sent it over, and then I didn't hear for a second, and I texted Candy, Ben's wife. Yeah. I texted, I was like, "What's up?" And they're like, "It's okay, just hold up." And then Ben called me, and he was like, "It's moving, it's okay." Yeah. And then we ended up doing it. And when we went out there, I was 4 months postpartum.
Really?
Yeah, that was episode 1, season 1. I was 4 months postpartum.
See, I still remember your audition.
You watched it?
Yeah, I was running the production over there, so of course I
didn't know you watched it.
Yes, I saw your audition. I still remember. Samson, Mustafa. I still remember
Isaiah's audition.
His audition. Yeah, I still remember. Yeah,
he probably was awesome.
He's killing it.
He's always awesome.
Killing it. I'm always fascinated why when some people get roles and some people don't. I'm always fascinated by it. So I'm kind of addicted to looking at the tapes and seeing where we go from to where we end up, So another friend of mine is a director. She's doing a movie right now, in a movie that she wrote, comedy, like a very light comedy. But I asked her to show me. I was like, could you show me the different auditions? And so she did. And I asked, like, what about this person do you like? And the thing is, it has nothing, it's so much more that goes into the decision of who gets it than just a good or bad performance. Correct.
And so actors, that helps me as an actor to just not give a fuck when you're doing the audition. It has not, just do what you think is best. Yeah. Don't try, and that was part of the learning curve also as an actress that my husband was trying to drill into my head, was don't try to deliver anything. And that was what I told you originally with Ben. The first time I worked with Ben was when I went and just did not give a fuck. And an impulse came in the middle of the audition, and I went with it. And
was that Hand of God you worked on? Yeah.
Just to be open to things that you want to do, not necessarily what's written on the page. Right. So, yeah.
Totally agree. There's, because it's interesting, we're in a time now. I think I'm hearing that there are some casting directors that are trying to bring it back where people coming in. I'm hearing. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
But I'm hearing that people are doing it. Well, they're bringing people back for callbacks or for the tests and stuff like that. That's what I'm hearing.
There was one project that I was set to test for in person. That was a Taylor Sheridan show. Okay. And I ended up not doing it because it would have been conflict with Cross. But that I was like, wait, what? I don't want to go in.
Now you don't want to go in.
No, because the test for a test in particular, the testing process is
It's brutal.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
And it's not conducive.
Here's what it does. I literally just heard, I'm forgetting his name, but they have the new, what's the new show, The Fresh Prince, the Bel Air. The guy who plays Carlton was talking, I just saw it like 2 days ago. He did a whole thing about this exact conversation. He said the most grueling thing in being an actor is getting the screen test. And especially when you've gotten to the point...
Wait, screen test is different than just like test.
Wait a minute. What's the final test you take when you go in?
But they're... Okay, so the final is...
Where they give you your contract and what it would be and all that.
But you have to differentiate. For films, a lot of times, or sometimes even shows, I've done it in the 20-some years I've been doing it. I've had one test that was like a screen test.
Okay.
That felt more conducive because you're actually on a set.
Right.
There's a camera. It's not a performative, like, let me win you over in a room. So that screen test on a set with cameras feels like actual work.
Yeah. You get paid for it too, for sure.
Sometimes. Not always. No. Yeah. I maybe. I've not been privy. But like, and then test... which is like the studio and network test, which is what you and I are talking about. Okay. That is, you go in, you sign your contract, so you know what you're psychologically. It's such a fucking mindfuck. You see what you're about to potentially.
This is what I'm talking about. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So you know what you stand to lose, not what you stand to gain, because
the stakes are high as fuck now.
Which, by the way. For years now, I refuse to do that. I refuse to negotiate. My husband knows my bottom line. Okay. I'm like, you guys do this. I don't want to know.
Wow.
I don't want to know. You know what I won't do this for? You know what I need. He has my best interest at heart. We are a team. You negotiate for me. This is where we are good. And he negotiates like a man.
I love it.
Right?
Right.
And that makes a difference. And you go in, you sign your life away, and you're sitting there with a bunch of, like, sometimes anywhere between 3 to 7 other actors who are all up for the same part. For the studio test, it's usually about 7, and then they whittle down, and then it's like 3 for the network test. And you walk into a room where people from 5 minutes ago were smiling and nice to you and talking to you, and you're going into this room, and everyone's a fucking mute.
Wow.
Everyone's stressed. Everyone's like... You're like, hello, everyone. Nothing for the most part. I remember there were times no one would answer. I was like, okay, weird. You immediately get nervous. If everything energetically is not set up to lift you, to make you relax, everything is tense. It's like, energetically, a set can't be tense. No. It can't be tense.
You hear that, Jacquez? You still want to act? You still want to do
it? You're locked in. Well, they've changed it over the past few years. It's changed. So then you do this thing, and they don't give you notes. You just do it once, both scenes. There's no comments. There's no like applause. There's no, even though you're on a theater type setting.
It's cold.
It's cold. It's awful. I remember this girl was she tested with me one time. She was this New York actress, and she had never done. She's very new, and she was in there. She's like, what? She goes, I have to tell you to the people in the room, this is extreme. This is the most non-conducive environment to the creative process that I have ever experienced.
Good for her.
And then she walked out. But I was like, she's right. She's absolutely right. Yeah. And then they shifted it around, and then there was on-tape tests. Much better. That way you know what you're getting. Right. You're not asking, like, you come in, you do a work session, they tape it, and then they show the 20-some producers that have to decide. Yeah. And that way, that's a doable process for me. You still do the thing where you come and you sign your life away, but it feels collaborative. It feels like a work. You can stop. You can say, oh, hold on, not my best. Can we do that again? Right. And you do that again, and then they send the best take.
Right. The problem I have as a former actor who is now on this side of the fence is what you miss. Like, here's what I always say. The things that I used to book was when I was in the room because of my personality. It wouldn't necessarily be because I read it so well or I did it's after we were talking and
but
whatever.
That doesn't happen in a test.
But that's what I'm saying. You're missing that communication, that organic, oh, I like this dude. Oh, I love her.
But
She's
they're not
fun.
interested in that.
You know what I mean? But you'd be surprised.
In the producer session, yes.
Yes.
But that's how you get to the test. So the producers at that point know that they want to work with you.
Okay.
The suits,
Right. Yeah.
they don't give a fuck about your personality.
Right.
In fact, there have been a lot of times where
Right.
actors who were horrible personalities,
Sure.
but they brought in the moolah,
Right.
stayed.
Yeah.
I was on a show, not going to name it, and there was a battle
What her
between
name
the
was?
creative. I can't, I won't.
teasing.
There was a battle. There was like the showrunner, creator of the show, and the number one on the show butted heads, and it was the star of the show went to the network and said it's either me or him, and guess who the fuck they got rid of?
Ooh, the showrunner of show. Wow.
Yes. Now, that's a problem,
Yeah.
right?
Huge.
From in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they don't care. Not the suits. So like for me, I'll make friends with them later after you get the job. And, you know, they at that point reputation comes into play because
Right.
like that's part of how I believe I got to get this Fire Country job based on an offer is because they had worked with me for years. They knew my reputation. They knew that
You're a pro. You're
Yeah,
a pro. I'm telling you guys, she's a pro.
So
For sure.
they knew that. So they
Right.
knew that it wasn't like this gamble,
Right.
right? It's a gamble in other ways. It's always a gamble when you hire someone, but less.
Yeah.
So that's what I hope.
No, that's good. That's good. How long? So it took a couple months before you finally found out about Cross. Did you go back for callbacks? Did you do all that? Do you remember?
No, it was just
Yeah.
based off of that tape,
Yeah.
which I'm so happy about.
Yeah,
Because
the
again,
tape was tight. It was
and that's what I like about self tapes is that it gives you that creative freedom.
Right.
That. And having seen the other side of the tapes, right? Having sat through casting sessions, whether I was shadowing or whether I was casting myself, you get to see that it doesn't have to be a perfect tape.
Right.
It doesn't have to look perfect.
Right.
It doesn't.
You don't have to be in the jungle because it says it's in the jungle.
No, and it's really about what. It's so many other aspects, so you have to feel good about it. Really make it your own and make it something that you feel connected and you know. I know that there's certain parameters or that they want to be able to see your face. It makes
Right.
it more likely to be cast if like I've spoken to a few directors and they're like, I need it to be close up to their face. I need to see their face.
Sure.
Real good.
Sure.
Because like a lot of times I like behavior and I have a preference in shooting more cinematic wide shots where I don't necessarily have to see. I like scenes in movies that are wide and like not necessarily up close and,
Sure.
and tight close up. I
You
just
like
it.
scale? It sounds like.
I do.
Okay.
And where it gives it, again, I feel like it's cinematic and not a little less television.
Television's right up on you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Where, again, depending on what you're trying to say, it works. But I enjoy behavior and, you know, body language.
Okay.
And I think when things are acted well, just like on stage, you can still feel someone's emotion even when it's a wide shot.
Yeah.
Right. So, and again, depends. But it helped me to learn that, like, oh, even though I like the frame to be wide, I should probably have my audition a little tighter.
Let me ask you a side question. So you get a series regular on a show. They fly you to, let's just use Toronto for the sake of an argument.
Yeah, no. Fair.
What should actors
Most
expect?
things shoot there anyway right now.
For somebody who's never gotten their series regular, or even a recurring, what should they expect? You're like I talk about this from, like, say you go to shoot your episode as the writer and you go to produce your episode. You know, they fly you there, they put you up. When the van goes, you go with the van. So I always try to let people know so they can get a sense of what it feels like when you actually do that. Can you give us the actor's point of view a little bit?
Different productions operate differently depending
Sure,
on
sure.
the scope of the budget. But
Right.
there's also SAG rules that have changed. Nowadays, if you're a regular, you get a relocation, and
Right.
you are.
'Cause I remember you were stressing about figuring out where you're going to be
course.
at one point.
I was stressing up until like 5 days ago. I still haven't signed my lease. Like, I'm waiting. And that's the other thing that happens. It moves. It's a lot of, you know, have you heard Hurry Up and Wait?
Oh, yeah.
So it's the opposite of that. You waited for a very, very long time. Now it's
Right. You got 1 week to find your place in another city.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's very different when you're able to do it on your own. If you're a single or even a childless, actor, the freedom is. I'm like, ooh, that was sweet being able to just do that. Now I have to. It's like it's moving everyone. I had to. I'll give you now, right? Because we got. Well,
I'm just trying to educate as much as you can give away. I'm just trying to educate the people so they.
Yeah, you have to. So I had the baby. Right. I had to find a nanny that could move across. To move with me. I had to find a girl quickly. I don't know Toronto. What's the best place? So I have to reach out to every actor that I know that's ever worked up there. Because the thing is, the production won't help you. I find that like bigger productions where it's like a big studio movie, the studio will find the lodging for the A-list actors. Like they'll make it because there's money to facilitate that, right? There's people for that. On shows, for the most part, it'd be like SAG has it where you get $5,000 per month up to 6 months of production. Right. To relocate for rent for like the relocation, which is much better because back in the day it was like $10,000. Good luck, which doesn't pay for fuck all. And you're like out of pocket, paying for a rent. Rent out here, rent out there. You end the production. You got no money. Yeah. So at least now you get $5,000, and you have to find a realtor. Right. You have to find where to live. You have to then, for me, I needed a vehicle. I needed to immediately think of all the things I need to have there for the kids. Right. Because I'm bringing the crew. Do I bring the dog? Do I not bring the dog? What do I need to bring the dog for? That's where my mind, and all while still functioning as a mom on the daily. How do you get paid? How do you send the money? I got to set up a way to like make sure that I get the transfer correctly. Like you know all these it's little annoying things. You're moving. Yeah.
For months, not like 2 months. A long time.
Yeah, it's not like a vacation. And oh my God! And I found this. It was such a hellish story. Things you learn. I did not know. When you first land, you have to get your work permit, which I knew. Okay. But I did not know that I could just send my family out. Ah. Yeah. I thought they had to be with me. Yeah. No, I'm the one getting the permit, right? But they waited with me for 5 fucking hours. Wow. I love Canada. Really do. Sure. The Toronto Customs Department in the Toronto International Airport can go fuck themselves. On record, fuck you for making people wait. Lollygagging, walking around with your vests over there like you're doing something. Meanwhile, there's a million people waiting. And I'm not talking about like actors who people who are like asylum seekers and like hundreds of people sitting for hours. And there's 2 windows open. Wow. And people walking back from like, why are you not sitting your ass at a goddamn window? And hustling.
They're just taking no efficiency whatsoever.
I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know why. But there's like it just, my type A comes out and I'm like, I'm sorry, excuse me, can I speak to the manager? Right? Like, here it comes, Karen. And mainly because I had my baby there. Yeah. And I wasn't the only one. Yeah. There's plenty of people with children. Right. And we got there, it was like 7 p.m. We didn't get out of there till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God. You still haven't went to your place or anything.
I haven't seen, so the car picks you up because the studio, when it's they within your deal, they fly you out, I believe, once. Right. And then they have to give you a ride as well. So at least that's taken care of. But then I get there, and this place that I had rented, I guess, and this is the realtor was really sweet, but like, it said fully furnished, but the people didn't understand that fully furnished means fully furnished. Hilarious. So there were no towels. Oh, God. No sheets, no toilet paper. And I'm going,
these are lessons.
My God.
I love it.
Trust me. Did not make that mistake on the
Yeah, for sure.
And will not make the same mistake again. You learn. It's a learning curve. But yeah, so like next time we go, if we're so lucky to do so, I will not be hanging with them at the airport, for example. So like things like that, if you have families, take that in consideration. Also, things you learn when you're there, like what to do with the kids. In Toronto, childcare is very different. These are things you... And other actors, there's an actor on Sheriff Country that called me through a friend of a friend because they found out I was shooting there to ask all these questions.
Oh, okay, right.
So I was like, here's where you go. Here's what you do. This is the neighborhood you want to be in. My girlfriend from The Boys was the one who told me where to be.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And now, it's a community.
There you go. That's cute. See, to me, I think, you learned something there, didn't you? See? That was education.
Call me whenever, and I'll give you all the details about whatever it is that you need, the do's and don'ts.
That's good. That's good. Let's talk about your day-to-day when you're on the set for you. Like, say you have a long day, say you have a short day. How do you keep your energy up? What are you doing? How do you concentrate? How do you learn your lines? Like, what are you doing?
I'm a freak when it comes to learning my lines.
Okay.
And I mean like a freak of nature, not like a freak. On a different podcast. Hi, honey.
I'm telling.
No, I'm actually not. I'm actually I'm such a good girl.
Look at her blushing. Look at her.
I'm so happy I'm here. What do I do? What was the question?
So, what is your
with the routine?
Yeah, your routine. Like, how do you learn your lines when you have
freak of nature?
Like, for example, season 2, they turned you way up, so you're on a lot.
So as I was trying to say earlier, I'm a freak of nature when it comes to memorizing.
Okay.
But I did learn a couple of tricks thanks to a few people. One of them being my husband, one of them being my high school teacher. But your brain has two recepting capacities. There's visual and auditory.
Okay.
And those, for some people, they think they need to learn the line visually and say it out loud. What I learned from a guy named Rick Rossovich, who taught my husband this, and then my husband taught me this, is to record it on a little tape recorder. So there's apps now for people
like a
to do it on
song.
the
It
phone.
becomes
And I'm an audio. This is how I learn English, right? From listening to things. I played piano from listening.
Right.
I'm an auditory person.
Okay.
And I realized that if I attack it from both ends, because I also have a very crazy visual memory, I can learn 2 pages of monologues in 15 minutes if you give it to me. Yes.
Of monologues?
I've had to do that. On a show called Truth Be Told.
Okay, yeah,
we had to... Did I tell you the story?
Tell me about it.
A show called Truth Be Told with Octavia Spencer, who I love so much, Octavia. If you ever hear this, I love you and I miss you. I was acting opposite the magnificent Kate Hudson, and there was... I didn't get the script till very late. Okay. It just so happened that they had like issues, and then you didn't get the script. Yeah. And normally, like, they would again ask you to give notes ahead of time, so that you don't show up on the day. That was not possible. Yeah. Not because I didn't want to. It just happened that way. We were losing the stage. Last day of filming on this stage. Final episode of the season.
Oh my god.
It's my final scene of, and it's this. Spoiler, whoever didn't see season, was it 2? Yeah. Is I'm the bad guy. So now I'm in prison, and it's a confession. Now
I remember this. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Did I tell you this?
No. I mean, I remember the scene. That's
so. I come in, and it's like not even half a page. Okay, it's a little less than half a page of a scene, and I'm like, this seems very like. I call for her to come in so that I can just confess to her, and that's it. It felt very blah. So I'm like, you built up this entire season and her ability to be the bad guy and get away with it for so long because she's this intelligent, savvy woman. Right. If I'm that woman, I'm pleading the 5th. And good luck. Right?
Right.
The only reason I can justify, because I understand you need this, so I have to get from point A to point B, and how do I make that happen? How do I justify all the other horrendous things that she has done? Right. Is that she's crazy. That's the easiest thing. But then, unless it's on the page in the scene, it's an idea that exists in my head. So can you, and my husband and I were sitting, and I was like, how do we put this without like jeopardizing, I can't prolong the scene, I have to keep... Because I have to come up with a solution that keeps the scene somewhat the same, but still helps it. Because then I can't just come in and I don't have the ability to be like, this doesn't work.
Right.
and leave it there on the last day. On the no. But you know who did have that power? Kate Hudson.
Hilarious.
And homegirl did it. She saw what I was saying. She heard what I was saying, and picked up that ball and ran with it.
Love it.
And she had a lot of her own interpretation of why it didn't work, and it was way deeper than mine. And we ended up having a 45-minute discussion with the writer on set about how the scene was horrible and didn't work and was pinning woman against woman and blah, 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 blah. And he then took like 30 minutes. He was like, all right, everybody take a break. And they rewrote it, and I had a 1.5-page monologue. And he's like, and we have to shoot. And he's like,
the stage is hot, bitch. The stage
it's on. Like, everyone's waiting. And I was like, give me 5 minutes.
Wow.
And I looked at the director and I was like, you need to approach this like I'm rehearsing. So let me, I have to try different things and just let me try different things.
Okay.
But
so you have to kind of glue it together a little bit. Is that what you're saying? Or
no,
what?
it worked, but every take I needed to try because I didn't have a chance to rehearse it privately, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, you need to let me rehearse this, not privately. So I'll learn the lines. I'll have them. Give me 5 minutes. And I learned it in 5 minutes.
Wow.
I went to a quiet room. I said, nobody talk to me. And I just went, and we went and we did it.
Wow.
So that's my ability to learn lines.
That's good.
And like my husband doesn't have that ability, for example.
Interesting.
For him, it's way different. I will. So I recommend having a little tape recorder. I take it to set with me, just in case sometimes if they change the lines on the day or the day before, I'll record them. But for the most part, when a scene makes sense, I really have no problem learning it.
Right. Yeah, I remember that's one of the things I noticed about you. Like I don't think I ever heard you call line.
No,
you always had it.
No.
Always.
I'll have my line, your line, his line, everyone's line.
For sure.
And I'll know the directions, and I'll keep continuity, and I know when I put my drink down, when did I do the thing, and I know where camera's at, and I'm trying to,
Yeah, like I said, you're a true pro. We be over there laughing, having a good time, and action, this bitch will turn around and be right. Like it ain't nothing. Like it ain't nothing. That's just so funny.
And my favorite is when people try to break me, and I'm like, I shall not break. I shall not break. You can try. I'll be like, because I've had experience in that. I did a comedy thing when I was very, very young with a few of my friends who are the funniest people in the world to me, where I had a laugh attack on set every single day, and that trained me really well. That trained me real well. If I can keep my shit there, I can keep it anywhere. And so that's part of the lines. I'll review them the night before.
Okay.
I try not to get too caught up on like stage directions or things like that.
Okay.
Because, and also for directing.
You're an instincts person to me, this is what I see. What I mean is the director may give you something, you'll be like, I feel like I should, or I feel like I want to move here. I feel like I want to, like, that's what I sensed. You know what I mean?
I am, but it has to be rooted in a real place.
Okay.
So if you want me, for the most, like, look, for the shot, if I need to go from point A to point B, I'll find a reason.
Okay.
Unless there's something that instinctually tells me this is wrong, at which point I have to stop.
Right.
But it is one of the lessons is you don't always have to make it right. Sometimes you just have to make it work.
Yeah, yeah.
And as an actor, when you're doing a exposition heavy scene, that's, yes, if camera needs to show this piece of exposition, I'll figure out why I'm going from that table to the thing to point out why, you have to know when to fight for those things. Pick your battles about when, don't tell me where to go. Because there was a time where I was doing a show in Israel and the director tried to give me my blocking, and I was like, not on this scene. Not on this scene. You let me figure it out.
Yeah.
The thing for DPs on television, unless you're like an award-winning DP, even then, don't tell an actor where to go. You're, in my opinion, this is my humble opinion, you should light around my blocking, not the other way around. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Unless,
which
again,
they should do in rehearsal. They should see it.
Yes,
right?
unless, again, the project is such where it calls for that level of compromise on everyone's part. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where sometimes the shot and the lighting, stylistically, artistically, is more important than my blocking, then I have to know that too. And there are, you know, like if I was working with, I don't know, Fincher, guess what? I won't be doing that.
Right.
I'm going to be like, because I know Fincher has a thing. I will make it work around whatever
And you'll have
his
70 takes.
but you know, but it is like he needs you to hit that mark at this point with the camera to be here at exactly that. But there's a bigger picture.
It's
there.
precision.
Right. So that's what I mean by that. As
That
far as
makes
like
sense.
other preparation, hydrate, good amount of sleep. And even that wasn't always possible.
Yeah.
Like when I was doing season 1, I was waking up to feed my kid 4 times at night.
Right.
You know, I was like, I wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
And yet you function.
Yeah. How do you deal with these? These are just basic questions I'm asking you because it's perspective, right? Because most people who watch TV or even actors who want to be on TV, all they do is see where you are now. They see the final product.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take them behind the scenes so they could see like what really it takes, even as a one of the stars of the show, like the daily things you go through, and it's not as easy as it seems. So that's kind of, I think, why I'm asking you some of these kind of questions like this. You know, if that makes sense.
It's just hours.
Yeah.
And it's hours because, you know, when you're in a cubicle or when you're in an office and you're in front of you have a lot of time to be quiet and with yourself. And when you're on set, it kind of has a high school feeling. You're always around people and you have to be nice.
Yeah.
And you have to be a team player.
Right.
And for actors in particular, and this is also a note for like producers out there, it's important to remind the actors that it's not about them. Because there's like a weird hierarchy vibe on set, which is why you get bad eggs that think that, you know, bad actors, and it's not their fault. It's like puppies. They come in, they don't know, they learn that they're like important. Let me get that for you. Let me do that for you.
Right.
No. It's not because you're, you know, so star spangled awesome. It's because we need you to stay in this point right here. And the quicker an actor understands that, the better it'll be for them and for production. So as a producer, it'd be like, you're amazing, we love you, but this is a team.
Here's something
Just because you're cast in quote unquote talent doesn't make you more important than our PA.
Right.
Than the person, you know, than our sound operator. Like everyone here is equally important.
Right.
And
Like,
replaceable.
It's like one of the things I learned when you're producing on like a bigger budget project. It's funny because I go back and forth between indie and bigger projects. I forget when I'm on a bigger project that I'm not an indie. So I'm always like grabbing my chair, trying to help.
Same.
Whatever, sandbags, whatever y'all need. And they're like,
that's a great thing to have.
what are you doing? I'm
That's a
like,
great thing.
well, I'm just trying to, no, don't even touch it. I'm like, oh shit. Like you forget that
So-
you're not even supposed. They're like, you're the
so-
producer. You're good. We'll
It's
move
not even
it.
that because it's their job, and if
Yeah.
you do it, then they don't get paid.
Exactly.
So you have to remember those things.
Yeah.
So that's part of being the team. It's not always about like, you know, I'll carry with you.
Right.
It's about I'll let you do it so that you justify your paycheck right now. Right?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Right. It's the same as like, do I want to do my own stunts? Fuck yeah, it'd be fun. But that's what they're here for.
Right.
So I don't want to take their job away.
Right.
I'd love to be the cool person. I'd love to be the next Tom Cruise to do the thing. But that's their job.
Right.
So I have to stay in my lane.
Let me ask you, when did you know that season 2 was going to be more for you? Did Ben and them tell you earlier?
No, he told me in season 1 that I would be a slow burn, that I would be more in season 2, but not like.
You and Cross going out on the case and.
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
But then a few months before
Okay.
we started, he sat me down to kind of like give me I need you to be mentally prepared for the scope of work. And I feel like my reaction was like, bitch, I've been ready, right? I was like, bring it. Where? Now? Starting now? I'm ready. Like, I'm ready. And
Right.
I am such a psycho that even when we were in it, I was so happy to have that scope of work. I'd worked so long, and I felt so, like, this is the amount I want.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful test for myself because I get to do this all day and then go home and function as a mom. And like, when everyone's like, enjoy the weekend and I rest up. And I was like, I have 2 kids. I'm not resting. My nanny's off. What are you talking about? Like, But it was good, and I was able to function and I think still maintain, as Aldous calls it, decorum.
Love Aldous.
And maintain good relationships and build relationships with my coworkers and my crew and people who I hold, dear to me, even outside of work.
Right.
And still, I think, deliver some of my proudest. I'm proud of what I've done there. Some of my, I think, best work on this show in a character that's very different than me.
Do you like playing a character that's a little on the,
Like where
they get to do a lot of dirt and stuff, and you work with Johnny Ray and just do a bunch of crazy shit?
And isn't it funny how what I loved, and it was intentionally done, and it was partially we discovered it on our little extra stuff.
Right.
The brother-sister dynamic between Kayla and Bobby Trey.
Yeah.
That I loved showing the different how Kayla is different with different people, who we are too. Like different people bring out different energies out of us. Sure. And it's like they see each other's cray, right? Bobby Trey and her have like a similarity, which scares her. Yeah. And then I loved being able to see a character that wants to do really great, wonderful things and shine in that world, and have to then deal with some of the less squeaky clean decisions that she had to make, and how it's shaping her into this new person now, and how disappointment in the system and disappointment in the people who she thought were her support system are shaping her into where she's about to go.
The show is, the show's dark. Yeah. Like we were watching episode 7 last night. I was holding it off from Wednesday so I could see it last night and be fresh. And
speaking of the disappointment, that's my bummer episode.
Is it really?
I don't know. Go back and watch. She's bummed out. Her air's been taken out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
She's kind of like,
I did all this.
There's a no matter what the fuck I do, people are gonna fuck with me. Kind of
trying to control you.
Yeah, in some way. And that leads her to like.
Yeah. Okay. Wednesday, everybody. Wednesday. It's interesting because my husband, I tend to like things that are dark. He's more lighter, even though he watches a lot of action movies and stuff, and people clearly get killed. But it's a different world. It's different. This is set. It's grounded. So when you're in a grounded world,
real events.
Grounded in real events, exactly. So as soon as you do that, it feels like this could really happen.
It has.
And it has. Shut up, girl.
Maybe it feels that way because it has.
Right.
It has been.
Right.
And continues to. Continue, sorry.
But it's so funny. I like to watch when something bad happens, like they cut off the fingers or something. He's just like cringing about stuff that I'm just like eating popcorn. Like it don't even faze me at all. Yep. I could eat a full meal and watch the blood and the guts and don't bother me at all.
Because same.
Yeah.
Oh God, I have such a morbid story. I'm not going to go there. No, I can't. Not gonna. It's a real energy downer. I can't. I'm not going to do it.
It's funny. I used to do this little workshop for the organization Black Screenwriters, and like every Halloween, I would do this like little thing where I would talk to people about how I have this whole thing where I think kids should see horror movies. And mainly it's because the biggest thing about it teaches you street smarts. So I teach people about, like, back in the day, you could open up a DVD and watch the BTS, watch the behind-the-scenes stuff. And you would see you looking like you before they put on the makeup and you became the zombie. So I'm like, see, the shit ain't real, right? You see, the blood is really chicken mixed with whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And so I know there's 12 people standing next to you when you're being eaten or bitten or whatever the fuck. So it just doesn't.
Yeah, the apparatus that they have to put to make the blood come out, and you're like,
there's somebody's
behind there standing
squeezing the thing. You know what I mean? So it's like you see all this. I'm just totally numb to it.
I agree. This show, that's part of why I like season 2, and not that I didn't love season 1. I loved season 1, but I think season 2 is better. Okay. Personally, and that's because of my personal. Yeah, but it's not always. Yeah. And not everybody agrees. Some people like the subject matter of season 1 more. Right. I particularly think that not only because I'm bigger, like my part is bigger in season 2, but I genuinely like the story of season 2, the cultural diversity, the the realism, because season 1, like, your bad guy is this
right.
quintessential kind of like, killer for the sake of killing because he likes it, and he's like fantasizes this like fetish killer, right? This is something that I related to heavily.
Right.
The social moral questions of this gruesome reality.
It's current. Yeah, for sure.
What was the moral question in the news about, like, after that CEO of the got murdered in the streets of New York, where people were like, well,
right.
And it's like, are we cool with killing now? Is that it?
Yeah.
Like, who gets to what,
right.
vigilante, what was that one cop that killed all the other cops? Remember that one with the manifest? You remember where people were rooting for him a few years back? He was scoping. He was,
DC Sniper.
Yeah, he was like going around shooting
right.
high-level police because he had this, and he had this whole manifesto, and the cop, it was out here. It was the LA guy.
Okay.
And people were rooting for him.
Right.
Like, that's horrendous, right?
Yeah.
But those lines being blurred, I love that we address that. And I love that people are like, that nobody is a real bad guy and nobody's a real good guy is true. And some people don't like that because it makes them have to, it puts a mirror up that people don't necessarily want to see because they want to watch TV to escape, and this is not an escape.
You guys all seen season 2? You guys caught up? Everybody?
Leave the room right now.
I don't even have...
Oh, that's right.
I'm broke.
I'm
broke.
It's
Get
dope.
a friends. I'll give you my login.
It's dope.
All right, thank you.
That's not hard to do.
The show, the things that I love about the show, I love that you said you and Bobby Trey, or Kayla and Bobby Trey, almost like brothers and sisters. I could see that.
Energetically wise. Like when the energy of
the energy
that comes out, like
yeah.
there's no mistaking that there's no sexual tension there.
Right.
There's like the brother sister, like, I will strangle you kind of energy, right?
Right. Whereas you could sense there was a sexual tension between you and Aldous for a while. So when
Alex
that happened,
and Kayla,
I wasn't surprised.
They'd seen one for Alex and Kayla had like, that was the whole thing. It was actually pushed real hard. But I was like, must we push this hard?
Right.
It's like, yes.
I'm glad they waited for it though.
I didn't even want to push it that hard.
Oh,
I didn't want to like flirt with him that heavily in that first scene. But that was like the whole point. Was that to establish she was this like, kind of character that goes like, yes, work. But what about? Right. So, she has fun.
Yeah, completely. Let me ask you a question about one of the things that I always notice is, say you guys have found where you think somebody's a body's turned up. Yeah. You guys all show up. You got your guns out. How much do you guys get to rehearse getting that right so it feels tactical? It feels like you know how to hold your guns and, all that stuff like that.
You had Shanks on the show, right?
Yeah.
David Shanks.
Yeah.
So David Shanks was a cop.
Shout out to Shanks.
And Shanks is with us. Right. Now, I believe, I could be wrong, that Isaiah and Aldous had a little bit of tactical training before season 1. Right. So they were talking to actual, like, I think beat cops or detectives. I don't know who they spoke to, but they had some tactical training. So they got to, know what the protocol is. And there's advisors. There's people who that's the job on set, is to be like, that wouldn't happen this way. Right. Shanks was that for us. Oh, okay. So, like, the scene where we go down in the subway, how do we clear the subway? What do we say, the type of energy? He was like, okay, this is... But there was no rehearsing. Like, it was right before there. And then when we did it, he's like, yeah, good. Like, that's the right vibe. So that's what we get. Because Because I'm always tripping on how people are holding their gun. Like, does it look real when they're... Because a lot of people cuff it and they do this little thing. And some people are very loose. Yes, no. So it depends. There are protocols or things you're supposed... And it really depends on, in my opinion, the level of gun safety that has been drilled into you and how... Like, I'm sure that there's, like, detectives or cops out there that don't necessarily hold their gun when they're out and about in the correct fashion, but like Kayla doesn't pull her gun out that often, like on the day-to-day, like she's so I being Alona have gun training of my own, so like I'm very aware of where my gun's pointing, and like holding it, and I won't.
But you hold it like That's why I was saying, you know what I mean?
You know, and I've had my little tactical training from a friend of mine who that's what he does. So he taught me how to like clear a room.
Okay.
You know, when you come in, you got to look at even through the slit of the doorway, and like you can. There's some people that will literally they like to hold it here.
Right.
Because it's a quicker than here. Mm-hmm. So they literally walk in a room with the gun like this to just this move is quicker.
Right.
So, but it's ridiculous on screen, so you can't do that.
Yeah.
So, also like when I was taught how to fire a pistol from people who train VIP like security personnel in like Israel, the way they taught me how to shoot is absurd.
Is it?
Visually. And like, so I can't do that.
Right.
Because it looks funny, although effective.
Okay.
But
it's still accurate, but it looks funny.
So sometimes you have to make small sacrifices
that
to
makes
make
sense.
it look better, and while still following the rules.
So we're talking about before I open up to the audience out here, we were talking about the storyline is different this year. We're talking about how current it feels right now, where you take, some company. I love that they made it a diverse company. It wasn't just a bunch of white folks, which you would expect it to be, the billionaire and all the other. It's diverse. It's a very diverse group who did something corrupt, and somebody's daughter is coming back to haunt them, so to speak, and take revenge, and they have a great reason why. Yep. You know what I mean? To me, it feels very current to what the shit is going on in the world right now. Yes. And that is why I think it did elevate season 2.
I wholeheartedly agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. What about it?
What do you think about that? I mean, yeah.
As I mentioned, I think it's just a far better. I enjoyed. It's a preference, right?
Yeah.
So different people have some. I know because I make the mistake of reading comments. Sometimes
I'm telling you.
I know sometimes. And and it's mainly to prove to myself of whether my instinct of how I think the reaction is going to be to certain things, whether it's right or wrong. I had a certain set of thoughts of how people were going to react to Kayla, specifically in the setting of this show.
Right.
If this was a different show than Kayla was number 1, vastly different reaction.
For sure.
But I had a feeling was correct. We're not going to go into what.
Yeah, I get you.
And it's okay. I'm doing my job really, really well. All of this is just indicating that the reaction is what I thought it was because I did it correctly.
Okay.
Or the
effect.
The effect is what was set out.
Right.
Same thing with like the subject matter. I was wondering how people are going to react to it, so I wanted to go on and read because sometimes and it's for the most part what I was hoping for. The people were like, it's so like I feel so invigorated because you get a little bit of a catharsis that you don't necessarily get to have with current affairs, right? So even though it resembles a lot of current affairs, we get to have vindication a lot, right? She wins this girl, this nobody, this like little girl, right? Little woman, and so audience feels a level of catharsis. That's what you want for them to have, even though you know that she's bad,
right?
But you're like, but I don't want her to lose. So it makes you, anytime as an audience member, it makes you question a little bit. It makes you have an internal dialogue or like a water cooler dialogue, whatever. I think that's a job well done.
Yeah, I think that's an absolute perfect way to analyze that.
Yeah,
because you can go down that rabbit hole of interpreting. Like you hear things all the time where, like, let's just say some pop star has a new album out and everybody loves it, and then there's 2 people who say something negative, and that's the one that they pay attention to. You know what I mean?
Negative voices, or most people who love something will just heart it or do fire or just be like, love. Haters, way more.
They'll write the
vocal,
monologue, right?
They'll be like, they'll go into detail. So there's a reason the phrase squeaky wheel gets the, oil, whatever. Squeaky wheel gets the attention.
Right.
But the attention. Because it's the attention. Yeah, complainers get the attention sometimes,
right.
And that's for a reason because they don't like it, so they're gonna let it be known why I don't like it and blah 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 blah, and they know. And the thing is with art and opinions specifically, everybody's got an opinion, and and this is one of my favorite things to say at any given opportunity. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, right? And it doesn't make it right. It just makes it your opinion, and we don't have to agree, and that's the beauty of art. You can love that painting, and someone else is gonna come in and be like, "That's shit."
Right.
You don't fucking have to hang it at your house, then, bitch. Right?
It's crooked anyway.
Yeah. Let's see what. Also, because everyone consumes television, everyone thinks they understand.
Oh yeah. Everybody's an expert.
Everybody's an expert. Yeah. Everybody has an opinion. She's a terrible actress. She's like, bitch, I'd like to see you.
Yes.
Let's see you do it.
Exactly.
Like, excuse me, doctor, I don't think that incision was done well. Like, really? Really?
Right.
So, not that I'm comparing actors to doctors, but it is a level of expertise. I can't be a doctor. I can play one. Yep. But maybe not even. Right. So it's not every actor can play a doctor. Look at the Pit.
Exactly.
So that's my thought.
I love it.
But I digress.
So I was thinking about. So I've mentioned to a lot of the people in the room. We ended up doing this companion series to Cross.
When will it come?
I'm hearing some rumors. I won't say it online. I'll tell you after.
Okay,
but,
I heard something too.
Okay, good. It's probably the same thing.
Cheryl told me something.
Okay, good. It's that same thing then. So, but we did this cool little show. We took two of the supporting characters, main characters, Kayla and Bobby Trey. And we built this little show around them. And they're 6 episodes. They're like 4 to 5 minutes each. It's basically, when you think about it, it's like a little pilot in itself that kind of picks. It could continue somewhere else, wherever it ends. But it's kind of, I look at it as being like the origin story of how the two of you became the bad.
It's entirely that.
But how do we
know each other?
Yeah, it's like the origin story to me about how the two of you guys came together and started working for the bad guy, the serial killer. Like, that's how I look at it, just in a seamless way. And here's the interesting thing. I was frustrated that it hadn't came out during season 1 with the serial killer. But as I watched this season, with the things you guys are doing, it feels right on track to where our show was going, despite the serial killer. But it makes more sense to put it out now, to me, in the context.
I think it works.
You know what
there's
I mean?
There's a way to morph the why now.
Right.
Then, and there's a way to morph it to why now.
Yeah, completely.
Because it's it's individual. It's its own. It doesn't really go in.
No.
To the show, it's its own kind of entity.
Right.
Stylistically as well.
Completely. Yeah.
Which is, sure. I think, was part of the problem.
That was part of the problem. But I mean, we're not there. We're here. Is one other thing. You know what I mean? You can't make it look like that either. So
we did what we could with with what we were given.
Have you seen it? Have they showed? I hope they saw it.
No, I have. It's been a minute.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's been several different renditions of it too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll talk about it. Anybody have any dope questions for the young lady? Jerry, come on in. Let me fly you in. Introduce yourself. Tell her what you do. Come over here. There we go.
Hello, my name is Jerry Jerome. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a writer. I'm a photographer. Thank you for being here today. We really do appreciate your time.
Love it.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
The first one is, when you're working with a character that's going to be on multiple seasons, how do you think about that and consider that in between seasons for the character's arc, as far as where they've been and where you see them going as the character grows?
How I approach other actors that are on there?
No, actually, your character. How do you approach your character? Does it make you consider things differently?
Of course.
Thinking like, oh, we ended here, now I'm moving here. How do I approach that and the growth of that character?
Well, yeah, it's difficult because when you don't have all the information, you a lot of times have to make arbitrary choices that may or may not play out, or may not make sense in the scripts, because sometimes Ben, our showrunner, likes to be very secretive.
Mm-hmm.
When I say sometimes, I mean always. And I should probably rephrase that. Sometimes he'll release information.
Yes.
But he's very particular with the information he releases. He doesn't want you to know too much because he doesn't want you to do that, what you were asking. He wants in the moment. He wants the decision. And that's what's difficult for us, right? We want to control it. We want to have a through line.
Sure.
But it's hard because you're thinking like a play. You're thinking like, I want to put the seed here because I know it's going to pay. And you're able to do that sometimes. And sometimes it works out just beautifully. That's where instincts come in. Because a lot of times it'll be there for you. You just have to listen to those little instincts. And those arbitrary choices end up not being so arbitrary. They're just instinctual. And also the backstory or the in-between, I don't think about it till I start getting the scripts for next season. So like when we go into season 3, if we go into season 3, I won't know until I go up there.
Yeah.
What's happening. But I have to start making decisions. I will have to start making decisions as to like, what do I look like now? Where am I at with my career? Because like in season 2, episode 7, she gets a little promotion. So, oh shit. So like now she's no longer this like scruffy, like now she's higher up. Like what does that mean? Look-wise. You have to start building your look. You have to start building your attitude. And you also start having open to impulses and instincts of what does that mean now? Right? And it's a little bit of like, you just have to be open to the what's called like little juju, inspirational juju. And then my job or our job is to actually put it in the work in a way that will track with what they wrote, because they won't tell me ahead of time, even though they have it all.
Yeah, see, everybody thinks that they've seen all the scripts. They get them as they come out. Right. You know what I mean?
But that's the producer's part too, is to guide me. So if I'm making a choice that they know is fundamentally wrong for what's coming, I rely on them to be like, no, bring it back. No. That's not right. And then I have to go, well, why? I had a question specifically about that in the end of season 1 in the scene with Bobby Trey, where I was like, I'm fighting for all this stuff, and I'm like, why am I giving all the credit to Cross in this scene? And I was really upset about it. I was like, she just finished out, like, she's upset about this. Why all of a sudden am I okay with it? And the showrunner had to sit with me and explain something to me, and it was like, no, this is a calculated thing, but without giving me too much information. Gotcha.
Right.
So it was interesting.
Yeah.
My second question has to do with working with McQuarrie. I listened to a lot of his interviews, and what he said about mission is that he finds it that mission dictates to him what mission will be. So sometimes they'll say, yeah, we'll have an idea for a script, but then if the location changes or Tom breaks his ankle and now we have COVID to deal with, all this stuff happens. So shadowing him, what did you learn about being spontaneous on set as far as being a director?
You just answered your own question. And it is about being flexible and open. He will fight to make it beautiful. He just picks and chooses his battles, and he knows that there's a lot of, what did he tell me one time? He goes, this boulder is rolling down the hill. I'm just trying to survive it. That's what he literally wrote me.
Wow.
And the boulder's rolling. You just have to figure out how to not die in the process. I know. So yes, shit happens, and you have to pivot. Pivot. And a lot of it is happy accidents. Sometimes that pivot will lead to a much better end result. You have to be open. And I think that's true for any production, not just in directing. But I've seen him like listen to other people. There was a flare in a reshoot, and and he really wanted to shoot in this one lens, but then the DP comes up and like, we have to switch to a lens you don't like, but it'll solve the flare. And he's like, fine. And then it did, and he's like, oh, motherfucker was right. Look at that. Yeah. He was happy with it. And like, you just have to be open. Be open.
Awesome. Thank you. Anybody else? Give it to Jacques. There we go.
Since you're in a room with me, and I'm going to stand for the lady here. Jacques Buckingham, writer, actor. First and foremost, let me say the biggest thing that's refreshing to hear you say is about the craftsmanship of it, and hearing from your peers, seeing your professionalism as well as that craft element that you bring. Like, you're an actor's actor. That's the biggest compliment that anyone can give or be given. Like Don Cheadle, actor's actor.
Right.
Danielle Deadweiler, actor's actor. You're an actor's actor.
Thank you and good night.
Yeah, I open up for people as well. So the question that I have as a writer is seeing that turn that you're taking, directing on that side of the house. I've yet to write anything for myself with me in mind. I always write to create jobs for other people. Is there, like, you as a creator, do you look for projects that are those roles that you want to do, or are you looking to create something that you've yet to do that show the range that you have? That's not that you already have.
I'm selfish. I always want to figure out how I can be involved in it.
Okay. No.
And I don't think there's anything wrong
No, there's
with
nothing
that.
wrong with it.
And I think that if you realize it, even though you're writing for other people, there's always a thumbprint of yours that you could probably come in and do the job just as good, because it's you've already the spiritual has already been channeled, right? And it's beautiful that you're writing for other people, but fucking be more selfish, in my opinion. And I always, it's okay to be selfish, but, and I am that way, but as an actor, I try to be generous, right? So even if I'm, this is a complex, more complex than I thought it would be. I found the generosity in the direction, right? So I understand why you're writing for others. Because it's kind of like, if you want to feel better about life, go do charity work. Right? Go give others selflessly. I feel that that's a little bit of creating for others. But it's still a direct, like, you still benefit immensely from it. So do I look, that was a question, right? Do I look for things for others now that I'm in the director's seat, or for me?
Are you looking to, like, craft your perfect role or find that project that adds something different than the catalog you already have amassed?
I think that I am too close to myself to know what will be good for me. I'm finding that everyone's like, what would you like to do? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. There's so many beautiful, interesting women that have walked a path that I haven't, that it's hard for me to be like, that will be for me. Sometimes I trust my peers to see something in me that then, they'll be like, this is for you. Like, you can do this. And then I'll insert myself in it and be like, I feel like that's my little, it's maybe that humility is not great. Maybe it's not serving me well, but that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, I don't know. That I can create a vehicle for myself just for my own, like, this will be great for me. I will shine beautifully in this. But I will listen if someone else tells me.
Right.
So,
Awesome.
Great answer.
Yeah.
No, that's perfect.
It's Yusuf. Switch spaces with him. There we go.
Tag off.
Who you are? What'd you do?
I'm Yusuf Nash, Air Force veteran, son of Iraqi immigrants, and I'm a huge nerd.
Oh, wow.
Primarily genre write a lot of sci-fi fantasy stuff, because hence the nerddom. I guess, like, kind of piggyback off your question about, like, when you... So, like, someone say, oh, you'd be great for that, and you could kind of, like, read the script. Like, what about the script that... Since it's a writing podcast, right? So, like, what about the script makes you, like, oh, we want to be a part of this project? Is it, like, the character? Is it the overall story? Or is it just, like, the people attached? Like, what makes you want to be, like, really part of a project?
If I'm reading it strictly from an actor's perspective, then yeah, I look at the part, like, and is it an idea? Because you can read, and I can't explain to you why, but you can read when someone's writing a character from an idea, or there's, like, it's rooted in something really grounded and real. I also am allergic to things that are kind of writing. I love scripts that feel real. Like, I think that writers should try to, like, experiment with giving a scenario to a group of people and recording the conversation to see the cadence of different reactions. Do you know what I mean? Because that is evident in a script. Where like I like when people stutter in scripts. Like I like when it feels real and struggled. You know.
I always say people talk more staccato than you think.
A lot
what I mean?
more.
Yeah.
And unless it's this like monologue or a story, right? If it's a story rooted in memory, then it feels rehearsed because it kind of is, right? So that's okay for it to sound that way to me in the writing. That's what I look for. And if it's like when I look at scripts and I'm like, ooh, that would be cool to direct, or like, ooh, that, like, not that I'm ever given things like that yet. But I do look at scripts that I'm getting as an actor and I think, shit, this would be really fun to direct. A story that a friend of mine wrote about his grandmother, and it's a movie that they shot with Carrie Coons and Lily, oh my God, British, beautiful actress, whatever. And I read the script and I was like,
I want to do this. Yeah.
but you can tell that it was personal, like just from the way it opened, it's so specific. And then, you know, you have other stuff like fun action stuff. Doesn't necessarily, that lives in the unrealistic, or like any sort of sci-fi thing. Like it just has to have an authentic thumbprint, and it's something that you can't teach, you know?
Yeah.
Is it sometimes about where you are in life? Like, let's just say
100%.
you've done, like, this is a darker show. It's like, I need something lighter right now. Yeah, like, just as an example, that's just a general.
I mean, maybe. I haven't encountered that yet because
Okay.
another thing. For example, if it is a dark show, for example, I hate, strong word. I prefer for things to have levity,
Right.
even when they're dark, because of my personal experiences. So, like, I'll look at a story, and if it's really this dark and there's zero humor, I'm out.
Yeah,
I don't want it.
for
I'm
sure.
like, ugh, lame. Who wants to be here? I'm a granddaughter of a Holocaust survivor who was the
Right.
funniest woman alive. And, like,
Right.
some of the things she told us about that happened in the camps were funny. People had to have humor. So that's another one where I'm like, when scripts take themselves too seriously, or, you know, it's like, ugh, calm down.
Yeah.
Have a little colors. Anyway, that's what I look at. Those are the things that make me either turn the page or just be like, I don't want to do this.
Greg.
Thank you.
You got anything, Greg? You good? You good?
Yay.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
fun.
Thank you for coming to hang out with me.
Look at this, and I get to still take my kid to art
Look
class.
at that. Oh, my God.
Sweet.
Do you know what's next for you? I know you're still on Fire Country and stuff like that.
Waiting to hear about season 3.
Yeah.
So shortly.
I mean, the room is going, so hey, that's a good sign. You know?
Yep.
That's good.
Well, fingers crossed.
Exactly.
No pun intended.
Big shout out to Ben Watkins and the entire team over there on Cross. We love the show. Super proud of you guys. That's dope. Can you get a quick little shot of some of the Wu-Tang Clan in here?
Yay.
Everybody give them a little hoo-hoos and stuff like that.
I love that.
Indeed. Thank you. Where can people follow you?
Apparently I need to do a TikTok page. I've been told.
Yeah,
Which
it's
I'm
probably
like,
time.
no, I don't wanna. But
Somebody
I might.
needs an assistant or something.
Somebody needs someone to tell her, like, I can't do this. I need to figure out what to make for dinner. I don't want to think of anyway. Instagram.
Right.
I think my handle is Alona Tal. It's a check.
I think it is.
Do Alona Tal, and
think
then
it
there's a blue check mark. That's me.
Right.
That's how you know. That's primarily where you can see my stuff. And then I've been told I need to do TikTok, so someday. And I do have a TikTok page.
Oh, you do?
It's just I only watch funny videos on it. I never post. I opened it so that I can watch funny things.
Hilarious.
Like cat
That's
videos
funny.
and shit like that. I did. Sorry, you know, it's like America's Funniest Home Videos, but like right there. And that's, I think I have it under the real Alona Tal or something like that. Either way,
All right.
you'll
They'll find it. Look. For
it'll
her name.
have it. There's no reason to follow me yet,
Yeah.
but soon.
That's dope. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Always good to see you.
Thank you.
Super proud of you.
Thank you.
Every time I see you on the
Same.
screen, You just shine. You make me look good. All the stuff I taught you. Your husband didn't do anything. It was me. Shout out to him, too. Shout out to him. Super proud of you, girl. Just wanted to let you know. Thank you for coming, for hanging out with us. I know you're busy, out there with the Wu-Tang Clan and the kids and stuff like that, doing your thing.
Art class.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm going to let you go. Thank you again. Everybody, please go on screenwritersrantroom.com. Check out our T-shirts, our hoodies, all that good stuff. We have a resources page, archives, everything about me, everything that I'm into, everything that I support is on there. So please support the show. We have a new Screenwriters Rant Room YouTube channel, so you will be able to see this up in a couple days out there. My man Greg Simon on the ones and twos right now. I'll call the camera ones and twos, by the way, Alona, because I think I'm cool like that.
You are
just
cool.
So you know. Thank you again, everybody sitting in with me. My man Jaquez, Yusuf, Greg on the ones and twos, Jerry over there doing the BTS. Thank you very much. And one of my good friends right here, super dope writer, producer himself in the building, killing the game. Cal, everybody. Thank you, Cal. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We are now open for sponsorship. So all you dope products out there, you guys want to sponsor the show, holler at me, screenwritersrantroom@gmail.com. All right? Everybody joining me for Game All Day. You guys know how we do it on the Rant Room. On the show, we keep it real. Mm-hmm. We keep it opinionated. We keep it what, everybody? Game all day. Peace, y'all.
Yay, look at that.
Yes, indeed.